already know what you're thinking. This man, clickbaity title. I'm not going to get any information in this video. Wrong. You're going to get every information that you need in this video for sure. Today, we're going to be going over everything that I'm doing, the best way for you guys out to be running Rosaria this way. This team is insanely strong. We're going to run right through the abyss with it as well. Let's start in it with what are we doing with Rosaria. So if you checked out the previous full in-depth guide on Rosaria, which you should if you haven't, got animation cancels in there. She's got 4 very important ones. All the different builds you guys can use. If you don't have the weapons you see in this one, there's other weapons that you can use for either this build or other builds. So this build, Crescent Pike Baby, is going to be here. It is so powerful. It's so strong, especially if you have high refinement ranks. You've got them blessings on you. All right, if you're new to the game, you can pick up some prototype for the full arm type weapons in Genshin relatively easy with no RNG. There's a couple of them that you can buy from different shops in game with the sigils. You can get one for my quest in Dragon Spine, and you can start making your pikes that way. So if you haven't done any of those things yet, you're working on pike, there's a little bit of anti-RNG in there for the pike. The pike is insane because after you pick up an orb or particle, you do an extra attack, 40% mod. That's huge. That's like attacking again with like a mini attack. That's like half as strong as your normal attack. That's very good. It makes sure you basically attack 50% more of the time, because these attacks that she does have here as well, it hits multiple times, you get multiple pike procs. So we're going to abuse that fact with this build here today. Artifacts that we're using here in this team, we're going to be running the Blizzard Strayer set. And I know you're going to be like, that's a little weird. It's a cryo set that boosts your cryo damage 2-piece right there, but you're doing physical damage with the pike. So why would you want to do this? The answer there is the 4-piece. So we're going to be freezing things with our team composition here. In enemies who are frozen, we get 40% additional crit rate for our build on Rosaria. So 40% crit rate is huge. It's a huge injection of damage into your team. So we're going to be doing that for sure. The 2-piece here doesn't affect our normal attack or a pike proc or a charge attacks. We do those, but it will give us a little bit of extra E damage and a little bit of extra elemental burst damage. But the main reason we're running this is for that 40% crit rate on frozen targets. Now, the set that you see there, 4 pieces of Blizzard Strayer, and then we have the goblet here. This is an off piece because it's got physical damage bonus on it. It's another cool thing. Physical damage on a goblet gets 58%, whereas a normal element will get 46% for all the other elements in the game, but physical 58. So a little bit extra damage on your goblet that way from running the physical build. Other than that, guys, traditionally you're going to be looking at physical damage goblet, crit damage circlet here, because we're going to have so much crit rate, you don't need any extra crit rate, and then obviously an attack percent sands. When it comes down to substats for this build and this team setup, just like every other DPS in the game, we want crit chance still just a little bit, but crit damage and attack percent as well, which is what we are aiming for here. So a little bit of crit rate, some crit damage there as well, and then some big crit damage on a couple of these nice pieces that we were using for Ganyu earlier. And remember, in addition to that 40% crit rate from the set there, the 4-piece, we're going to have her Ascension 1. When you attack someone with her E from behind, which it teleports you behind anything that's not a giant monster, you get 12% crit rate for 5 seconds, and her E has a 6-second cooldown. So this is almost up 100% of the time. So her stats right now, she only has 19 crit rate, but with that Ascension we just talked about, it goes to 31. And then when the target is cryoed, it goes to 51. When they're frozen, it's 71. And then there's one last thing here, which is the double cryo team, which we're using Diona in conjunction with Rosaria. For hitting someone who's either cryoed or frozen, we get an additional 15. So we go from 71 all the way up to 86% crit rate, even though we only have base 19%. So we get to get in that big attack damage, big crit damage bonus here, 173. You see, we're only level 80. Our weapon is 90. So that's going to be a thing there. And then our talent is only level 8 on the normal attack. The other ones are really under leveled, but you're going to see just how powerful this team is out there. And there's only 4 stars on the team, and we'll get into that in a second. But it's just so powerful. You're going to shred death by 1,000,000 paper cuts out here with the pikes in the official and as well as the Xing Show. So official is here to proc superconduct for you there, right? We have double cryo for the double cryo teammates. We have official in here with Oz going to be doing damage here. If you have Constellation 6, that's going to help you do even more damage. But even without Constellation 6, Oz is going to be out in the battlefield, peppering opponents, while official just is in the back line the whole time. A weapon selection here, stringless is great. If you don't have stringless, or like rust on or whatever gives you the most attack percent, go for that. If you have 5-star weapons, feel free to use those. Big attack base, big damage numbers. That's how that works here. Now, Xing Show coming in, still one of the best characters in the game. Will probably only ever be getting better and better and better as Genshin Impact carries on. He's here for his elemental burst. Obviously here, he's going to allow us to freeze things while we're doing our normal attack combos with Rosaria here. So we're gonna have freeze between these two, and then we'll proc superconduct, and we'll proc freeze back in it again. Now we're also gonna have 2 different ways to have an AoE field to continuously freeze, right? So Rosaria has her elemental burst, which pulses freeze, and then we have Diona's elemental burst, which also puts a zone of cryo damage down. So you can alternate between the 2 of those, and that's going to do very well for you there. You can be able to freeze things as long as you have the Xingqiu elemental burst up, and then you're going to be superconducting them and then just tearing them to shreds. Particularly favored in here in Abyss Floor 12, because this wave of monsters has like 30% physical resist, and then the ones near the end have 50%. So that being said, we're still going to do magnificent things here. So we're going to pop this out here. We're going to summon our Oz, and then we're going to get to Pound Town here. So we have Diona doing the cryo right now. We'll time it out a little bit, and as soon as this goes away, we're going to pop ours, get ready to go back again, teleport behind, and just let the numbers commence, man. Let the numbers commence. Get in here, do some good stuff, do some good work. All right, now it's time to reset. Pop this back up. Go again. They're kind of just controlled the entire time too. Diona's shield comes out. Got to summon Oz again, and then we're ready to go. Get in here again. We have our field. Oh, we just got Rosaria's field back up too, so we can get another field in here. Summon this. Get back in there. And we're just letting them have Pound Town. Look at all the numbers. Numbers everywhere. Big numbers. Ready to go. Yep. Should have left a little sooner than that. Gotta get that timing down. You'll get it down though the more you play. Put this back up. All right. Second. Pop this. Pop this. And Rosaria's ready to go. Teleport behind. All of this damage too. It's a lot of damage for 30% straight up fizz res right away, and we're just melting through them. We're melting through them like hot butter, guys. It's great. But you saw the power, the control. We had the freeze, we had the superconduct, we had all of that good stuff coming out here. Now this one shouldn't be nearly as bad. Assassin man doing assassin things. Nah, you're frozen, bro. Sorry, dog. Get out of your way real quick. Pop this, and we'll pop this. Superconduct, frozen. Superconduct, frozen. Superconduct, frozen. Superconduct, frozen. Do you guys see what's going on here? Superconduct, frozen, and a million hits here. Now we're gonna pop this out. Pop this out, get our barrier back. Xingqiu can have his E ready to go in a second. That's cool. Pop this out. Now we do have Xingqiu's E up, so we can get that stuff back when we need to, which we'll go and get. Okay, the fireball. Fireballs are dangerous here. For sure, these. Yes, I enjoy that very much.
You can't run. Lights out.
I'm gonna drop this right now just for the healing.
Let me weave you a tip.
Okay, and just kind of let him go down here. Let him go down. Let him go down. Just died right here. Okay, cool. And we'll take a second here. We'll heal our team up. Cool, good to go. All right, sweet, we did it. A little bit of damage to the fireball, but it's okay. So we got the big ruin graders on this floor. 50% physical resistance. So we're gonna need to really up our game and up our ante here. So we have Xingqiu, freeze, and we want to get over here with Fischl. Hello, Mr. Charging Guy. How are you doing today? What was that about, brother? All right, now let's see if we can get in here, maybe like cleave these guys a little bit with Xingqiu's nice little sword guys. Now we can't teleport on these guys here, so keep that in mind. Get this back up. So they get the Oz back out again. Very quick. A lot of stuff to do here. Okay, we got one guy down to half. Seems good. Ow, hit me. Rude. All right. Go 5-6 seconds here. A little bit more damage. I think he's trying to tilt-a-whirl or something. Not today, bro. Not today, bro. Oz. Damage. Throw this out.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Lights out. You can't run.
Okay. Throw this for some heals. That was rude. Very rude. All right, down to one. Flop over. Finish this off. My naked Diona almost got taken out. I think she's in like some unleveled exile set stuff. It's okay though. Throw this, Xingqiu. Get it rolling again. And we're just crowd controlling and just smacking them. Just smacking crowd control. Just smack. Crowd control. Smack. This kind of team is not going to give you those big, one big hit for 100K, one big hit for 300K. It's going to give you multiple hits for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10K over and over and over again. Some 3Ks in the background over here, left, right, front, and center. We've had some more gear on Xingqiu. Listen, man, you can build this boy for big attack. We just haven't gotten there yet. He was hitting with this source for like 1K. They should be doing like 5, 6, 7K. So he's going to be doing a bunch of damage. Fisher's going to be doing a bunch of damage. Rosaria's going to be doing a bunch of damage. You might go say, hey, does that mean Rosaria is bad? No, she's doing a large amount of damage, even against enemies who have tons of physical resistance. But on top of that, she facilitates this sort of a barrage style, minigun style team play where she's doing a bunch of damage, Fisher's doing a bunch of damage, and Xingqiu's doing a bunch of damage. And all at the same time, while that damage is going on, you have that CC hard freeze chain, which is going to up your DPS because you're not getting hit by very many things. You don't need to run Diona. I usually don't. What I do, run Zhongli, but we're in here with the free-to-play squad. The Zhongli team is so much more safer because I have gear on my boy, right? She's got some she's got some old exile stuff, so it's okay. That's totally fine. So there wasn't a lot of love here in Xingqiu, wasn't a lot of love here in Diona. Fisher was doing okay, 1600 attack, and then Rosaria, but we still shred through all of those monsters relatively safely. The only thing we really took damage of that much was the different room effects, like the fireballs and the ice hands that everyone loves in the Abyss. But you want to see more stuff, Genshin Impact content related, you want to see that full Rosaria guide, make sure you do check that one out as well. And don't forget, I see you guys all the time. You're like, another video, I love it. And I'm like, yeah. And then you're like, I'm not subbed yet. And I was like,